Dr. Jazz. Dr. Jazz.
Being at the right place at the right time. So I think I remember Bill sitting in with Arnie and me for a couple of tunes, and I always knew it was going to feel great. His time was impeccable, and he was such a strong player that you you could make a mistake and it never disturbed him.
Mm.
If you did something good that was logical in the music, that made some, or even that disturbed it in some creative way, he would accommodate that. But if you did something disturbing that you didn't really mean, he ignored it. Yeah. So it was great for a young person, you know.
Yeah. How do you see your development as a bass player when you spend, you know, in his trio? Like, you know, I love those recordings you guys did, you know, How My Heart Sings and Time Remembered and, you know, Moonbeams, and you seem to have found like your own personal language. You know, there was a trio with Scott and then your trio with Bill. You found your own self, I think, when I listened to that trio. Like,
I wouldn't know how to be anyone else.
yeah. How do you see yourself growing as a player? Like, if you say, stupid question, but what did you learn, or like how did you grow as a musician?
Oh, well, I learned a lot about how to fit my general sense of melody that I think is a fairly, it's fairly reliable. I'm a tuneful player, I think.
Yep.
And I learned how to weave those melodic ideas through more subtle chromatic harmony.
Mm-hmm.
And also I learned how to allow that subtle harmony sometimes to be a counterpoint to melodic invention that didn't have to take all of the curly cues of the harmony into account.
Yeah.
Sometimes that harmony can work against and then resolve, and so you don't have to catch everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to treat it like a labyrinth.
Yeah.
And that's something I learned from listening to Bill. He would write out these lead sheets with all these chords, and the bass line, I would follow that bass line and all the contour of the bass line that was complicated and specific. And then he would play, and what he played was it didn't catch all those details all the time. It didn't matter. If it landed at the right place, if it lined up periodically, that was okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys ever talk about this? Did you ask him ever about composition, how he writes tunes or stuff?
No, and I regret it. I was scared. I was scared by his enormous musical power and by the fact that he was addicted, and I didn't want to have anything to do. I did, well, again, immature. I didn't understand that in the inside of this addicted, compromised, emotionally and physically compromised person, that was certainly compromised by the heroin addiction, no question.
Sure.
At the same time, on the inside of that was this intelligent, brilliant guy. So, and I was afraid of the surface. I was afraid to reach beyond that. I can't go back and relive my life.
Oh, sure. No, sure. Yeah.
If I could, I would be having lots of conversations with Bill and would have learned a lot more.